I'm just going to ask a question.
Okay.
Just ask you a question.
Yeah.
So, these questions might not be very interesting media-wise,
Okay.
but these are the things I want to know about you,
All right.
and I'd like to ask. And I always think, how did this little girl in Nepal get to be in Bombay? How did you come?
It's a long story, and I think when I tell this story, other people might just get bored. So
Just the
I'll try.
highlights. Okay, let me ask you this way. When did you feel that you want to act? And
I did a Nepali film,
okay,
and during that time, it was like during my summer vacation. My mom's cousin, he's an FTI product.
okay.
So he shot me for an ad film.
Mm-hmm.
And then that became like really popular, and then I got offered to do a Nepali film. I said, okay, what the heck, it's 1 month work, and so. But during that time, I kind of realized that I liked being in front of camera, and then I decided to come to Mumbai.
So when you came here, you already had people here?
Not really. I came here not knowing anybody.
Okay.
But like I had Meena Iyer, who's a senior journalist. So she was my mom's friend,
Okay.
and so Meena agreed to take me to Shekhar Kapoor,
Okay.
Boni Kapoor, and Rishi Kapoor, and then later on to Subhashji.
Okay.
So these 3-4 people that I'd met, they all kind of saw me, and they kind of gave me a good vibe that I
Okay.
could probably make it. In fact, Shekhar was the first one to sign me on.
Okay.
Within meeting me for 10-15 minutes, and he said, you're on. Though that film never happened.
Which film was that?
That was Dushmani.
Acha.
But it was meant to be a different kind of Dushmani.
Okay.
Which he didn't direct. He directed another Dushmani with me.
Okay.
There's a lot of others.
Shekhar Kapoor is like that. Yeah.
So that project is little, but I kind of one big strip kind of made me realize that probably I had a chance.
Beautiful. And it's also very good that you met these extremely prolific and very right-minded people.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
especially I think Shekhar, because he has the eye. It's nice that you
Yeah.
met him. But then the film that did get made was the one with Subhashji.
Yeah, the first movie was Subhashji's because there were 3 projects with Boni Kapoor. It was a film called Prem. But during that time, Sanjay Kapoor and Tabu had walked out of the film, so there was a space. But Boni Kapoor had said, if Tabu comes back, then we prefer her because we've committed to her, and it was
Okay.
her some reason that she had walked out.
Okay.
And that, and actually the Tabu came back, and the other film was Rishi Kapoorji for Henna, and that time Zeba Bakhtiar was already signed for it, and so he offered me to do Ashwini Bhave's role, which is the second lead.
Right. Right.
And I said, so I'm not comfortable doing second lead, so I refused that. And then I met Subhash Bhai, and it was quite interesting. Took a screen test, or made me. There was some music was playing, and he had a video, and he, made me mind the songs. I had no clue what to do, but apparently, I was photogenic, and the camera liked me. And then the actually training ground began after I was signed. Me and Vivek Bushran both were signed before, and we were totally non-filmy, had no clue what we were getting into. But we got trained after we got signed for the film. So horse riding, dancing, everything, diction.
So Sunaina, you agree she's photogenic and camera likes?
Yeah, definitely.
Did you feel that while on screen? Sometimes.
Yeah. So when Maya Devi, the character, would not smile a lot. But there was one day when we shot, and she had to smile. So a lot of people like who were not working that day, Shreya, Madhya, the other girls, they came and they were sitting at the monitor. And when you open the window and you smile, then they were like, wow, she's so beautiful. So yeah, that our crew had that moment when everyone who was behind the monitor was like, looks so good. And that's the reaction we've been getting to that shot also.
Yeah.
And I think it's also very brave that you have done a part where actually you look much, I mean, conventionally more beautiful just like that, you know, when you wake up in the morning, rather than having to do so much makeup and styling to not look so attractive. That's very brave, I must say.
Yeah, I just wanted to do my part well. It was a good, well-written script, and I had certain I realized that Maya Devi would be the way she looks and stuff like that. So.
But tell me, when you came in from, when you started working in the film industry, or when you were kind of meeting people, were there apprehensions in your mind about the film industry, about things that you had heard, etc.?
Not me, but my family had. And my dad wasn't that keen for me to get into movies, and so wasn't my mom. And there was an apprehension in the family. I didn't care about those things, and I have never cared. I don't know. I was much. I guess I was in awe of this, trying to make it right and get into this whole then about the perception of what kind of industry it was.
But did you feel, as a girl, as a beautiful girl, one tends to feel, or I'm told, not that I am one, but I'm told that it's a bit more, not insecure, but you've got to be careful. And especially in a film industry where you hear about a lot of things, which sadly for me don't exist. But anyways, when you come in, you don't know that. So were you being careful at that time?
I was. And I also realized that I didn't have such huge problem, because probably there was more smoke than the real fire. And probably these incidences can happen too, but it didn't happen to me.
Okay.
And also the kind of people that I was working with. Right after Saudagar, it was Kailash Nilani's film, First Love Letter, and there was Firoz Khan Saab's film, Yalga. So all of them actually treated me really well. Whoever I worked with treated me like a ghar ka bacha. You know, so I got that affection and protection, and people were protective towards me rather than anything else. So
because it's very surprising for people to when they hear it. They don't believe it very easily.
Yeah, it's like I've never, I don't feel there's an easy way to success, and people who tend to get into that trap are the people who get exploited, but somewhere I think it's their belief system also is playing into that. I don't know. But there's no easy way. I mean, there's a hard work, there's dedication, and you have to be meant for it. I really believe in one thing, is that if they say the luck factor, or they say that if you're meant for something, it just happens. And it happens most easily.
But how do you know whether you're meant for it? Because there are so many people who are trying to get into the film industry at all times. There's so many actors and also directors and stuff like that.
I have a theory. Now, it may not be universal theory, but it works for me. Is that when you're struggling is fine, but that struggle should give you joy. The moment it becomes painful struggle, I think it's a time to back off.
Okay.
And if you're working hard and you're struggling, and yes, it's stressful, yes, it's pain, but I'm enjoying it. Yes, I want to do it. I mean, there's still that energy in you that you want to. And
Go and audition, and
yeah,
even
you
if
have-
nothing happens.
Even if nothing, but that process itself is giving you joy.
Ah, that's nice.
Then I think kabhi na kabhi, he or she will get noticed. But the process becomes painful, then
You need to withdraw,
yeah,
perhaps.
yeah,
That's what
that's
works for you. I know some girls actually, and some people who work in India but are from Nepal.
Mhm.
I personally know them, and on their behalf, especially for girls
Yeah.
who are trying their luck at modeling and acting, etc. What would you suggest? Is there any advice you'd like to give? Because they really look up to you. For them, it's like your poster on their wall.
I don't know what to say. It's just that I feel it's hard work, persistence, love what you do, love your life, look after yourself, protect yourself. Women have this uncanny, instinctive gift that they know if the person has giving you bad vibes or she's safe. So listen to those, because there would be many around. So, but have dreams and have aspiration and go out and achieve them. Go out and be a winner, but protect yourself at the same time.
So, out of the people that you have already worked with, who are the ones that you remember more than the others or differently than the others?
There are 4-5 directors that I worked with and I've really, really, really enjoyed. And like we were talking about Vinod Chopra, he taught me how much hard work I really needed to do to get to understand what good acting is. Vinod, and in that movie, Vinod Pradhan, and Renu, his wife.
Right.
So I used to interact with the whole team and I learned a lot from them. Then, of course, Mani Ratnam. I have thoroughly enjoyed working with him. He's fantastic to even talk to casually and sit and. So he and his wife Suhasini, learned a lot from them. Enjoyed working. Bansali.
I must say that my, I think, ever favorite song picturization in a contemporary sense is Ye Dil Sun Raha Hai.
Oh yeah.
And there's a scene where, in the song, where you are trying to communicate to your parents who are mute and
Yeah.
who are deaf.
Yeah.
They can't hear you sing so beautifully, so you mime it while you sing.
Yes.
For me, that's the best ever
Yeah.
in a contemporary song picturization
Yeah.
that I've seen.
Yeah.
And it's probably not even a choreographer who would have done it. It must have been
Sanjay.
who did it.
Yeah. Sanjay is
So beautiful.
highly sensitive, and so
For me, it was Halla Gulla from Bombay. The pregnancy and the way they integrated that story of the kids
Mhm.
first having twins and then they're 5 years old in the song.
yeah.
In that, and it's so happy that song was so happy.
Yeah.
I loved that picturization. I haven't seen a song better than
Yeah.
that. The way it was done. Yeah.
You were saying something about Sanjay's.
Yeah, I mean he's very sensitive, and the way he shows it on screen through his characters, it's quite beautiful.
And he's also been involved with dancing in his
Yeah.
life, right? And
Yeah,
he's
so he
got
knows
training,
music.
He knows music and
Yeah.
movement and all
Yeah.
of that. Is he? Did he also choreograph the songs of 1942?
He did. He and Farah,
Or they
they
did it
were
together?
a team that time. And
That's
they were
really the
friends
most
together.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That's, and that, I think that is what made the film really stand apart.
Yes.
How you looked,
Yes.
and this Ek Ladki Ko Dekha or Rimjim or all the songs of the film.
Yeah.
My personal favorite from that film is Kuch Na Kaho.
Oh
the
yeah,
song.
I love that song. I love that song.
The music and also the picturization on that swing and all of that.
Yeah.
And how it suddenly from reality goes into a zone which is not real, but you like it. You want it to be more melodramatic.
Yeah.
Beautifully done. Was it tiring to work in those songs?
Not one bit.
Okay.
Not one bit. I don't remember getting tired ever. In fact, everybody had so much of energy, so much of enthusiasm. We used to sometimes wake up like 4 in the morning and get ready and walk the hills 1-2 hours of uphill and get that magic light.
This was in Dalhousie, right?
Dalhousie.
Hmm.
So a lot of efforts were being made, but I think everybody had that josh to do it right. And there were days when Vinod was not around on the set, we were like doubly more excited about, okay, now we're going to show him that we can do. So there was a good feel and good energy, and everybody was working. And after pack up, we all would be talking about it. So I think everybody was involved in that project a lot.
That's how it, I think, works, no? In
Yeah.
movies, anything that is good is always collaborative. Right?
Yeah.
So then, after so many years, why Maya?
Well, the script was brilliant, and IMTIAZ, I was actually waiting for a good script, and I had decided that something really meaningful, different, I would like to explore, or I would rather sit at home.
Okay.
So when Mukesh Chabra gave me, he called and he said, there's a good script, why don't you go through it? And I did that. I really, after finished, I really wanted to meet the director, and
Who's also the writer.
who's also the writer. And after meeting her, I just knew that she has it in her to make a good film, because she was taking names of the right kind of people, and right kind of vision, and right kind of, so I knew that.
Lucky.
Well trained, well trained.
No. While she was working with me, she was thinking that I'm making all the mistakes, and it's up to her to correct it, hold me to the right path. So she thinks she's borne that responsibility while working with me, and now she's free of it and can do it for herself.
हिंदी थोड़ा इंग्लिश लॉट हिंदी चैनल
So okay, थोड़ा लिफ्ट हो गया वैसे.
चलेगा
हाँ.
थोड़ा लाउड
आप लोग इतना लाउडली बोल रहे हो तो हमको जरूरत पड़ रही है. आप लोग शांत रहोगे तो इतना लाउड का जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगा. So क्या बात हो रहा था? हाँ, we were talking about her. So then, while working with her, did you feel that somehow this is different from the movies that you worked before?
I got a feeling that it had a different setup. और जैसे कि पूरा जो हवेली है और उसमें एक औरत अपने आप को बंद करके रखी हुई है 20-30 साल के से, so all that whole premise of the story was very new, and सबसे मुझे एक अच्छा चीज़ क्या लगा, एक तो वो फ्री ब्यूटीफुल फ्लो था स्टोरी में, जो ending, the way it ends,
Yeah.
I love that because
Yeah.
it has such a good feel-good factor in it. So all that.
Do you like being in the mountains?
I love being in the mountains. Absolutely. When we were shooting in Shimla, I was going on hiking and discovering different routes and in the woods. I love being in the mountains.
Shimla is really special.
It's
I feel that when you go there, you feel really bogged down by the parking problem type issues. But then beyond that, it's really very nice.
Yeah.
You've shot so much in Shimla.
Yeah, we've shot together in
Yeah.
Shimla as well. One movie, right? So it's been a few years since you've acted before, and now, do you feel that things have changed?
Yes, I feel things have changed a lot, and for better.
Okay.
And this is again ये मेरी observation है कि कभी आजकल प्रोफेशनलिज्म कुछ ज़्यादा है, डिमांड भी एक्टर्स और एक्ट्रेसेस के ऊपर कुछ ज़्यादा ही
Are you referring to something in particular?
नहीं, जैसे कि प्यार वर्क जो करते हैं कुछ ये नया है, ये
जी।
उस वक्त इतना करते थे लेकिन इतना नहीं करते थे। और मुझे लगता है कि आज की टू परफॉर्म राइट और हर एक स्टेप को थोड़ा सा नपा तौला यू नो, to say the right thing, to be seen in the right place, to do it right is it's become like a responsibility here.
जी।
उस वक्त मुझे लगता था कि थोड़ा सा लोग गलतियां माफ़ कर देते थे,
हाँ।
तो थोड़ा इजी था। तो बट हैविंग सेड दैट, शायद इसी के कारण आजकल जो फिल्में बनती हैं उनकी क्वालिटी थोड़ी बेटर है।
अच्छा।
और सिनेमा में आई फील रियलिज्म has taken more space than melodrama,
जी।
and performances, some great performers, good performers are very natural and organic rather than melodramatic expressions.
जी। बट आपका जो स्टाइल था जिसकी वजह से बहुत सारे लोग आपसे कुछ ज़्यादा ही प्यार करते हैं, वो थोड़ा इट टेंडेड टू बी टुवर्ड्स रियलिज्म, बिकॉज जो सारी आपकी बहुत ही अच्छी जो मुझे पर्सनली लगती है 1942 या बॉम्बे या बंसाली's फिल्म खामोशी एंड मैनी अदर्स, बट वो जो फिल्में दे आई थिंक सेट यू अपार्ट फ्रॉम एवरीबडी एल्स, एटलीस्ट फॉर मी, एंड बट दोज वर रियलिस्टिक फिल्म्स, और एटलीस्ट आपने जिस तरह से परफॉर्म किया है वो बहुत ही रियलिस्टिक था। तो आपको कभी ऐसा लगता है कि ये वक्त शायद आपके लिए ज़्यादा सूटेबल है अभी का वक्त?
Absolutely. I love this phase. I love this phase because of this, and also आजकल जो फिल्में बनती हैं वो भी मुझे बहुत पसंद है।
अच्छा।
तो yeah, I think I was meant for this.
Yeah. I also say the same thing. Ahead of her times, she was always in her choices.
Yeah.
Choosing those films which this
Yeah.
generation loves so much.
And also not only choosing, also
Performing.
doing it that way.
Yeah.
Because आपकी वजह से एक टर्म आया था फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में, नो मेकअप लुक।
वो
एक
बहुत
वक्त था।
मुश्किल से मैंने एक्सेप्ट किया था, क्योंकि जब मैं बॉम्बे फिल्म कर रही थी उस वक्त मैं चुप के आई वाज स्टिल ट्राइंग टू पुट मेकअप ऑन, but Mani used to catch me right there and he would ask me to remove it right there, so
Yeah.
and then that when
Because उनको लग रहा होगा कि मतलब you know sometimes what happens, Manisha, and I think this must be the case with Mani sir also, कि on this face, on Manisha's face, अगर मैंने कुछ ऐड कर दिया तो it is actually like Shakespeare said, taking away from it, because so उनकी वजह से। तो आपने कोशिश की थी छुपा के
मेकअप करना, लाइक मैं टेक रेडी हो रहा तब तक मैं कोने में जाके आई पुट माय मेकअप, सम काजल, समथिंग आई डू, एंड बट चोरी हमेशा पकड़ी जाती है हमेशा।
ये वो वाला शॉट था क्या जो दिल से गाने में क्लोजअप है, वो वाला शॉट था? बहुत सारे शॉट्स थे,
दो तीन जगह मैंने कोशिश की, बट उसमें एक भी
करने नहीं दिया गया। तो कितना परसेंटेज है फिल्म का जिसमें मेकअप नहीं है बिल्कुल?
Mostly, I think, except the songs, maybe in certain songs, कहना ही क्या, I put a little bit of.
No, because वो तो खैर you're
I had
supposed to have
dressed
gone
up
out,
and
yeah.
all that.
जी।
But otherwise, I think 95% or
Wow.
so.
And एकदम ही एक्सट्रीम क्लोजअप्स थे उसमें, बिकॉज वो जो दिल से की शॉट की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ मुझे याद आ रहा है, इट्स फ्रॉम शाहरुख्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, and it's like just your eye on frame, it's
Yeah.
almost that, and there's no nothing, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
Beautiful cinematography also.
Yeah, brilliant. काफी
that was संतोष,
संतोष।
काफी क्या कहते हैं,
The landscaping also in Ladakh and Leh, you know, it was beautiful.
yeah. तो I think बहुत सारे लोगों की फेवरेट फिल्म है वो, and उसके बाद ये I think what Mani sir was trying to do with Sufism and love being
Yeah.
just a different animal.
Yeah.
Shahrukh was also very different in that film.
Yes.
So how was that man at that time?
As ever, I think he's been the same. Except I think with Mani sir, everybody gets little, you know, so kinds. But I mean, he's full of energy and he's full of enthusiasm and he's a great guy to work with. We just finished a work with
Yeah.
him.
Well, you can also say bad things about Shahrukh. I won't tell him.
No, he's been an absolute pleasure.
Because
to
he,
work with.
when he came to know that you're doing a movie, he was very happy. And I've told you before that. And then he started talking about you and said so many good things about you, so many good things. And since we were talking alone, there was no need for him to, be diplomatic. Really, very wonderful things about you. And one thing that he kept saying about you is how genuine you are, or how pure you were when he worked. So.
Yeah, he used to be very protective and he used to advise me a lot. So how to be. And
Why did he advise you? Why did he think you needed his advice?
well, he probably felt, she's not getting it right, In
Not
terms.
working hard enough?
No, I was too casual. ठीक है ना, ठीक है, like that. So he wanted me to get it right.
So at that point of time, was that your reputation in the industry that इसको इतनी पढ़ी नहीं है, she doesn't care?
I guess so. I don't know. I also didn't care.
Nice.
I was happy doing few films, and
Achha.
I was actually whenever I would get a role to do with MANISHA or a good director, then I'll be like seven heaven. Then I'm going to be putting my 100%. But I was churning films after films after films after films
उस
after
वक्त
films.
बहुत काम भी करते थे ना सब.
हाँ.
Like Shahrukh tells me, double shift, triple shift
Triple
they
shift.
used to do. Yeah.
Exactly.
कैसे करते थे?
Exactly. So वो करते करते भी थोड़ा सा क्या कहते हैं कि
हाँ.
एक complacent attitude आ जाता है.
Yeah.
वो था.
But आपका एक थोड़ा bohemian attitude भी
है.
सुना है मैंने.
है bohemian gypsy. I have that. I'm basically that. So
How? What do you mean?
it's I'm basically a seeker. I like to understand things. I like to know things beyond films and stuff like that.
Give me some example of what you'd like to know with beyond films.
Okay, see, for me, right now, I'm doing this, which is promoting the film, fully involved, and I'm trying to give my best shot at this. But I'm waiting for the film release. Right after that, I'm just taking off into the mountains. So I'd like to just be with the nature, be in a totally different setup. For me, I also equally get excited when I sit and talk for hours and hours and hours with some sage or a saint or a fakir or So I have a bit of a mind which is curious to understand different people, different ideas, see different life, travel, and I feel 100% comfortable in most of the situation. I don't feel out of the place anywhere. So.
But also, you don't want to anchor anywhere.
Yes and no.
I don't mean it in a
I know.
personal or a negative way.
I know. It's I have questioned that. I've questioned that bit, but I've started anchoring now mostly in myself, and rather than anything else, it's internal holding on, and
Because you always have that.
yeah.
This conversation will become exclusively interesting only for us very soon. So let's start it. So, what else are you looking forward to in the film industry, in this work, in this area or geography? What are your aspirations?
I really would want to work in a good script, doing roles the way my Devi's thing it had come to me, so that I could try and outdo my previous work
Okay.
and be seen on a different kind of work. As an actor, I think that's what we want. I mean, at least that's what I want. Is do few films, but want to excel and want to be given a chance where I can really put my 200% and see my growth as an actor. That's all. As vague as that is, but
No, it's not vague at all. In fact, it's very absolute. I think
Okay.
it's very nice to have a straightforward intention like that.
Yeah.
And if there is any other intention that anybody comes here for, is usually going to be disappointed. So, thank you for talking
Thank
to
you,
me.
MTIAZ.
And it was really very nice to talk to you, especially about the wandering. And I hope that you really visit very beautiful places. Thank you. Okay.
That was very nice.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Unusual questions. What to expect?
There were no questions. Thank you so much.
हाँ, one solid.